Thank you for tuning in to another special G1 Climax edition of Chris Black's NJPW Report. I am your host, the natural Chris Black of the Saturday Night SlamCasters podcast, independent professional wrestler, and everybody's favorite narcissist. Today I'm here to talk about Night 11 of professional wrestling's greatest tournament, the G1 Climax. Things are starting to heat up now as we are getting down to the wire, as challengers are being eliminated as possible winners for their block. Man, but enough of speculation. Let's get right to the action. On the undercard, we have the Young Lions, Suji versus Gabriel Kidd. And I like this match. It started out pretty hot. They started throwing a flurry of forearms and strikes. Gabriel Kidd takes the lead early on, and he needs to because, as of right now, the official C block standings, Kidd is in the last place. And he really needs this win. So he tries to stay on top of Suji, but, Suji starts turning things around. But Kidd is fighting like a man possessed, even being able to out-muscle Suji on occasion. He goes for that real pretty Billy Robinson butterfly suplex, but Suji's able to escape out of that. He does his running power slam, which I love because he does a flip with it. He nails that spear, puts on the Boston Crab, keeps Kidd right in the middle of the ring, sits down, and leans back. Kidd had no choice but to tap out. Match only lasted 6 minutes 43 seconds. So we have the standings for the unofficial official C block. We have Suji at 10 points, Umura at 7, and Gabriel Kidd falling behind at 5. Regardless, it's still anyone's game at this point. The Young Lions wrestle every single night, so I think the points are going to be pretty close, but only time will tell. Alright, let's get to this tournament. Very first match, we have Tomohiro Ishii taking on Yujiro Takahashi. At first, I had a feeling that this match wasn't going to be pretty, and it wasn't going to be long. I expected Ishii to make short work out of Takahashi. However, Yujiro jumped him before the bell, and he actually started taking him down, and put him down with a lariat. So they roll out to the outside. Yujiro nails a reverse DDT. I'm still figuring, yeah, he needs as much of a head start as he can get. But then, when he rolled him back in, he just kept getting the heat on Ishii. And I'm like, why isn't Ishii just killing this guy? He absorbs everyone else's attacks during any other match. Where's that Ishii? But, Ishii does start to fight back. And, of course, they do the bite spot where Yujiro got to bite their hand. Finally, Ishii starts shaking off some of the attacks. But Yujiro hit him with a brain buster that put him right back down. Ishii's like massaging his hand, like he got some nerve damage. I mean, he's either doing a really good job selling, or he is, having a little bit of stingers, or when your hand starts feeling numb. Anyway, so we get a deadlift suplex by Ishii. It seems like this is the first time he's actually fighting back, but oh my god. Then Yujiro hits an Alabama slam. Man, I'm watching this like, what the hell is going on? I mean, am I wrong to discredit Yujiro? I mean, if you think I'm wrong, just leave me a comment in the comment section, because dude is looking like a giant scrub right now. In terms of point, this match, something else. He picks up Ishii and hits him with like from what I can only describe as a swinging angle slam for a very close 2 count. This match is starting to go way too long. And I'm sad to say this, but watching Ishii struggle with Yujiro is a joke. But anyway, Yujiro finally was put away with a vertical drop brainbuster in 15 minutes and 25 seconds. And I have to admit, this is probably the first match that I didn't really enjoy in the tournament. But the next match made me change my mind. So we have Okada taking on Jeff Cobb. And from what I hear from Kevin Kelly, this is the first singles match between these two. So we have Jeff Cobb off to a good start against Okada. I noticed that Okada does not have any tape on his back during this match. Okada starts to focus mainly on the neck and shoulders to soften up for either the Rainmaker or a money clip. But, I mean, who are we kidding? He's been depending on that money clip for all of his wins for most of this year. I think the last time I saw the Rainmaker was probably in January. I'd have to rewatch some of the February shows. This is a nice clean match between faces, and it's definitely not boring. Kevin Kelly also mentioned that this is Jeff Cobb's second G1 appearance. So Last year was his first one, and that's the one that I fell in love with. After that, I became a New Japan fan. All right, Jeff Cobb. Jeff Cobb has a very impressive move set. He combines that Olympic-style wrestling with his athleticism and his strength, makes him a formidable opponent to anyone. Okada manages to nail Cobb with a tombstone pile driver. Then he slaps on the money clip, but Jeff Cobb's able to fight back. When he has Okada down, he mocks the Okada pose, sets up a rainmaker, but pulls him in to try to attempt a tour of the islands, but Okada was able to escape. The match picks up a bit as both want to finish the other one off. After Cobb is unfazed by a spinning rainmaker, Okada grabs his arms, twists them, and then backdrops Cobb and sits down on him holding the legs for a 3 count. The same way he beat Kenzo Suzuki. This match lasted 11 minutes and 3 seconds. Alright, so tough loss for Jeff Cobb. Good win for Okada. The next match. Love this match. We have Will Ospreay taking on Minoru Suzuki. So this is a lot of firsts in this tournament. Apparently this is the first singles meeting between these two guys. So right off bat, Ospreay knows what Suzuki's about. So they start trading strikes right off top. Suzuki gets drop kicked to the outside and Ospreay hit a plancha. They take the fight to the outside, which is dangerous when you're up against Suzuki. Suzuki counters a hip hip cheerio with an armbar and starts to work over Ospreay's arm, and I mean really working it over. Suzuki starts having his way with Will back inside the ring, you know, talking his normal shit. He hurt his arm so bad when Ospreay attempts to forearm Suzuki to back him off. You see the damage is already done as each strike hurt Ospreay more than Suzuki. Suzuki keeps baiting him to strike again, knowing his arm has been weakened. Minoru going to work. He puts Will Ospreay into octopus hold, octopus-like hold, torquing the arm some more, but Ospreay is able to get to the rope, so he has to break it. Ospreay don't even want the ref to touch his arm. He's like, no, don't touch it, don't touch it. Man. So anyway, he tries to shake the pain off, goes for another one of those pip-pip Cheerios, but again is putting the Fujiwara armbar. I think that's how you say it. This has to be absolute torture. But he's able to get his legs to the rope. At this point, Will Ospreay is practically defenseless. He tried to block a P-kick, but Suzuki just kicked the already injured arm. They announced that it's only been 10 minutes into the match. I'm like, what the this assault seems to have taken way longer than 10 minutes. After another striking exchange, Ospreay finally gets the best of Minoru and takes him down with a hook kick. Just when I'm thinking, I'm not even sure he can execute a Stormbreaker with that injured arm at this point, he escapes a Gotch-style pile driver, picks up Minoru for the Stormbreaker, nails it for the win. 14 minutes, 26 seconds. That was a real tough win for Ospreay. Suzuki almost completely took that right arm out of the equation. Great match. Next match on the card, another awesome match. We have Tai Chi versus Jay White. And I gotta admit, I really enjoyed the interaction between Jay White and Tai Chi during Tai Chi's entrance. He was serenading King Switch, who just sat in the corner on the chair clapping like he was expecting the lap dance. You know, I don't mind a little levity because I know these two are about to beat the shit out of each other. White stands up, grabs the chair like he's gonna attack, but then he just hands it to Red Shoes. As Jay goes to roll out, Tai Chi, knowing his tricks, he also starts to roll out, so they kind of are peeping each other. They get back in the ring circle, and then Jay tries to powder again, but Tai Chi also slides out. So Jay, realizing that he needs to change his strategy, and Tai Chi just not having it, they have a quick little exchange. Tai Chi slides out, Jay follows, and then Tai Chi attacks. On the outside, he's choking him with camera cords, you know, doing Tai Chi shit. But Jay White's able to gain the advantage with the distraction by Gato. Can never forget about Gato. Tai Chi was thrown into the barricade, and as Jay White has the advantage, Tai Chi starts lighting him up with some more kicks. White avoids one of his second corner kicks and chop blocks Tai Chi's knee, which is smart because you want to eliminate one of his main weapons, which is those educated feet. Surprisingly, there's not a lot of cheating in this match, not like outright cheating. Maybe because White, you know, he said that he respects Tai Chi, but this match is more about one-upping the other. They both start inviting the other one to hit them, but not hitting where the opponent's pointing. Tai Chi is getting the best of the exchange. He goes for that Tai Chi clutch. Gato jumps on the apron though and distracts the pin. Jay shoves Tai Chi into the ref, taking him out. Here we go. Gato tries to dick kick Tai Chi, but is caught and he received one instead. Then Jay White's arm is caught trying to low blow Tai Chi, and then Tai Chi gives him a dick kick. He attempts another one of those Tai Chi clutches. The ref is now up, but only a 2 count. Everyone is down right now. The ref, Jay White, Tai Chi, Gato. Tai Chi gives White a last ride for another quick 2 count. Then he snatches off his pants, so you know shit about to get real. We get a really nice sequence. We get Tai Chi going for the thrust kick. Jay White throws the ref in the way. White then sets up a Blade Runner. Tai Chi is able to escape that, picks him up for a Black Mephisto. Jay escapes, sets up for another Blade Runner. Tai Chi escapes, and then stops him with a forearm. Tai Chi goes for another thrust kick, but White just sidesteps it right into a Blade Runner for the pin in 15 minutes, 16 seconds. Love this match. Very strategic match between these two guys. 2 heels at that. Awesome match. Alright, then for the main event, we have Kota Ibushi taking on Shingo Takagi. Starting out, both of these men are being real cautious with the lockup. There's a nice little back and forth opening sequence. Not really sure what type of match to expect here. Shingo initiates the striking competition, with Ibushi finishing up on top as Shingo goes out to the outside in order to stop Ibushi's momentum. Ibushi then aggressively goes on the attack when Shingo gets back into the ring. Shingo does have the strength advantage and uses that to gain control. The match again spills to the outside and runs Ibushi into the ring apron back first, twice. Shingo is working him over some more on the outside, then tossed him back on the inside. So at this point, Shingo maintains control for quite a bit following that outside attack. When Ibushi is able to get to his feet, he mounts a small comeback, putting those educated feet to use, but then is put back down by one of those hard lariats that turned him inside out. Shingo, however, he was feeling that attack, so he's doing a little bit of selling. He attempts a no-shigami, but Ibushi slips out, attempts a kamagoye, then put back in a no-shigami, and then he hits it. Once back up, they start trading blows again. Chops by Shingo, kicks by Ibushi. After one of them last kicks, Shingo went down, but he wasn't out. There was a flurry of forearms by Ibushi. Shingo German suplexes him. Ibushi tries to land on his feet, but then he tripped up and fell backwards, and his head kind of awkwardly bounced off the second rope. But he's able to recover, nails one of them buzzsaw kicks to the back of his head, followed by a last ride for a real close 2 count. They said Tenzan, going back, was the last person to win back-to-back G1s. I think that was 2003, 2004, they said. And Ibushi is looking to do the same. He won last year. He wants to win again this year. So he is fighting hard. Shingo nails a Made in Japan for a close 2 count. Both men at this point are just spent. They're trying to end this as we hit the 20-minute mark. Ibushi delivers a Bombaye, followed by a Kamagoye, but then it gets drilled with the Last of the Dragon for the win in 21 minutes, 56 seconds. I admit, not the outcome I expected, but Shingo's awarded the 2 points, and a very good match by these 2 guys. Alright, so as you know, the match of the night has been harder and harder to choose as these men are just tearing shit up. So I'm gonna have to cop out this episode. I'm giving the match of the night a tie between Will Ospreay versus Suzuki and Jay White versus Tai Chi. Mostly because in Suzuki's match, he had the strategy to take out Will Ospreay's arm, and he worked the hell out that arm. And the way Ospreay sold it was realistic. If you're having that much damage to that limb, and that's your primary offensive like punches and forearms, that's gonna really mess up your plan of attack. So I love that story in that match. And then Jay White versus Tai Chi, you got 2 cocky heels that's trying to outdo each other, and then, well, of course, also get them 2 points, but be cocky and arrogant about it too. It was an awesome match. There wasn't a whole lot of bullshit treating. Sure, you got the dick kicks, but at the end of the day, that match was still fire. Well, that about does it for night 11. Man, this show was a little disappointing with the Ishii match, but the last 3 matches were great. And I was a cop-out, and I couldn't pick one for a match of the night. But anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing more New Japan Pro Wrestling commentary on all of these awesome shows like this. If you want to follow me on social media, in the description you will find links to my Facebook and Instagram pages, as well as my Twitter page. And don't forget, won't you give the Saturday Night SlamCasters some love as well? Subscribe to the podcast. We release new episodes on the 2nd and 4th Saturdays of each month. We also have a YouTube channel where we do a lot of reviews on shows like Dark Side of the Ring, documentaries like the Undertaker documentary that we're covering right now, and the Ruthless Aggression series. Also, you'll find links to our Facebook page as well as our Facebook group, the Saturday Night SlamCasters Slam Board. Once again, I want to thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode. Come get slammed.